Hey, how we doing up there? And it's early in the morning. I haven't done an early morning stream in a while. I'm not gonna do one. This one's not gonna be a long one because I have some things, I got business I gotta take care of this morning, which means I'm probably gonna be on later on to do the demonstrations against the technology that we're working on right now, which is at Gamer Cinema Screen Paint. So this is just to clear up a few things real quick. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. And I used to have open forums where people can come in and talk. But realizing that going through my subscribers, and I didn't realize this until a couple of days ago, going through my subscribers is the reason why we had so many haters in there is because we had haters subscribing to our channel. So they were subscribing to the channel, which I think is kind of sad because these people don't support anything that my company does. They don't support anything. They don't buy my products whatsoever, but they're constantly in my channel, constantly watching me develop new stuff, which is really interesting and really weird. Because simple fact that I don't know whether they're intrigued by me or they just hate me for a simple fact because I'm blessed to be able to develop new technology just about anytime we need to or want to. So anyway, in my streams from time to time, they would try to come at me with some of the dumbest things I've ever heard of as camera setting incidents because they thought that my videos, my screens are actually literally so amazing that they can only dream of things they can possibly come in and say, well, it has to be the camera setting, it has to be lighting, it has to be this, it has to be that. They at the end of the day, they don't understand when it comes down to faith and hard work. That's what I understand. And a person who's passionate about his work is basically going to have the best work. A person who puts faith in God is always going to have the best work. And that's what frustrates them so much, is the fact that I can come in here with these beautiful screens, produce beautiful images. We do all kinds of crazy demonstrations that no other company is following or doing. And it frustrates the daylights out of them because they can't see, well, I can't do it. I don't see how he's doing it. And it's not meant for you to do. It's not meant for you to do. I can't, there's certain things there's a lot of things in life that I can't do, but I'm not going to hate somebody because they can do it. But that's the way they are. So one of the things that they had when they ran out of resources about my projector settings, because we use everything from venue projectors to portable projectors to pretty much anything we can name. I started going and showing the settings of my projectors. That bothered them. Then they got to the point they couldn't use that anymore. They started talking about meters. I don't know why in the world would you challenge someone who actually specializes and is an expert in ambient light projection technology. You're going to try to come at them. And this is a person who clearly does a lot of demonstrations outside. So anyone that's going to pull images up outside and you're not doing that, you're not an expert in that field. The majority of your demonstrations, including certifies, are done in the dark. That does not make you an expert in that field because you're still using some form of ambient light controlled environment. The other thing is that, what was the other accusations? Oh, I had the ability to manipulate real time. Now, I think that might have been the most interesting theory right there, that I can manipulate real time. We all know no one has that capability but God. So that's not there. That's not gonna work at all. What was the other thing? Smoke and mirrors. I don't know how that would even work. All my demonstrations are done live, so that's virtually impossible. And there's another thing where they kept ranting about, oh, show us your patent ID numbers and all this like that. First things first, my stuff is not public for the public to see. As for my copyrights are, you can go in and see my copyrights right here under my company's logo. Right there will pop up right there. Those are my copyrights. My copyright claim, registration, application, verification number, all that pops up when you go into my logo. That's the first thing you'll see when it pops up right there, showing that the logo does have a copyright underneath of it right there. Now, as for, look at my name, Mr. Bird. As for my patent, had somebody tried to file some false claim against me by saying that, oh, his product doesn't work because he doesn't show his patent. A patent has nothing to do with the performance of a product. A patent basically protects the product. I explain to people before you come into my channel and before you start mouthing off and sounding like a complete idiot, and these are people who come on my channel act up. No, you need to go downstairs. It's not about you. My cat, Mr. Hollywood, always got to know everything. I think his name is Hollywood. But anyway, so it's just that when you come into my channel talking about, oh, the performance in the, you don't have any idea what you're talking about. You sound like a complete idiot. Not to embarrass you, but you do. A patent has nothing to do with the performance of a product at all. It doesn't make all it does is protect the product. Now, only time I have to show off a patent is if I'm dealing with a company or I'm dealing with somebody who's offering to buy a product. We would do a patent pending on it, but basically protects the product for up to 1 year as the person who's in the product in the position of buying the product from us. So we customize or engineer a special formula for them. They pay such and so amount of dollars. And we have to have something on it showing that it's ours, which means that's why we put in a patent pending, which is actually good for 1 year. Unless you put in a provisional patent, which is a lot more expensive. And a lot of people don't know what they're talking about when they come into here and they start running their mouths by saying, no, he can't show the performance of the product because he has to have a, no. And then trying to explain to you what reverse engineering is a whole nother topic on its own. I don't have time in this video to actually explain it to you. You have to look it up yourself, but it's not an easy task for any company to go in and try to reverse engineer someone's formula. They would rather do business with that person, make money with that person, instead of trying to go in and try to take the item and doing reverse engineering, which will become a complete headache in the long run, and extremely very expensive, long process, and very expensive. I was explaining that to me when I went down and had a trip paid to go down to California to show off invisible technology to a company. And one of the things I asked in the middle of that conversation with the person I'm doing business with, mind you, we had NDAs were signed. That's another story I can talk to you about NDAs. That's something completely different. But in the process of asking, like, what is we signed this contract, what is there to say that you can't go back and reverse engineer the technology that I brought down here right now? And he explained to me what a person would have to go through, which I didn't even know at the time, a person had to go to be able to reverse engineer someone's technology. It takes a while to do it. And as fast as we develop technology, which they realize what we do over here, by the time they get around to trying to figure out what's in it, we can have new technology already developed that would completely obsolete the old technology, which would be worth no money at all whatsoever. That's the advanced part of being able to have your blessings come from God, where you can advance your technology so fast that you can pretty much obsolete an entire product line within hours. And that's what people understand. If you have a company, so it takes you years to develop this product right here. It takes you years to develop that, right? You put all your hard work in developing this magic product right here, right? And you go to a company, and the company figures a way how to reverse engineer this technology right here that you have. This is the only thing you have. You have nothing more than this. Some people, this is how it is for them. And they have nothing more than just this. They don't have a backup. They don't have any advanced technology better than this. This is the best that they have right here. This is their best. This is their baby. And somebody goes in and reverse engineers and figures out how to make it, but make a better version of it and sell it, which means they can pretty much obsolete what you have right there. That becomes a problem. For us, it's a little different because, like I said, all my blessings come from God. All my intelligence, everything I have comes from God. So not only can I show you this object right here, but I'll have about 10 to 11 to 13, maybe 17 different versions of this, each one far more advanced than the next one, than the next one, than the next one. And like I said, they come in and we give them this object, and they take this object and they go take it down to a lab, and they spend the money and the time, and they reverse engineer the technology. We can come in and go, oh, that's fantastic. Guess what? Here's another version of it, much more better, much more advanced, and we can obsolete the one that they spent all that money and all that time to try to figure out how it works to something that's completely different. One of the things I learned when I developed technology is to never, ever, ever have the exact same ingredients. None of the formulas we make have the exact same ingredients as another one. They all have their own separate IDs. So if you were to break this down and figure out what's in it, whatever we're developing behind this one would be completely different and a lot more advanced than this one, and we can obsolete this within hours. This would be no more. this wouldn't even exist. And I can actually do the advertisement, get the beta testers to actually destroy this product to make it look like it's nothing compared to the bigger brother we just developed an hour ago. That's why it's completely pointless for companies to come in and try to reverse engineer technology, because the minute you figure out how this is made, an hour later we can actually make another one that fast, that quick, with a completely different identification, completely different coding that would put this one to shame easily, which I proved multiple times when we made the Nova 17 replace the entire product line with Phoenix technology, which we can completely wipe out Phoenix technology with the dark ambient light projection technology, which we displayed yesterday, easily. So that's why I explained, that's why companies who do business with us don't bother wasting the time, because it costs a lot of money to reverse engineer this technology. Let's say this is us, reverse this engineer technology. By the time you spend the money and the resources and everything you have to do to try to reverse it, we can obsolete it in 1 hour. And people seen us do this before, develop technology in 1 hour that can pretty much wipe out the high performance screens and the process, do demonstrations that the other screens can't do, and we can obsolete it. So that's what the whole purpose of reverse engineering is. So the only time we have to show a patent to a company, unless they're in the process of buying it or they want to do business, that's it. We don't have to make that patent known to the public at all, period, at all. But I'm just showing you something from here. This is an application that I put in 2017 for Crystal Edge Technology. Hey, not supposed to be in here. For Crystal Edge Technology. This is my application, the lawyers I was working with, and all that other good stuff. So, just in case if you decide you want to play and you want to dance, we can dance with you all day. Just because I don't show you something doesn't mean it's not there. That's what I try to explain to people. Just because I show you something, I don't talk about something, I ignore it, doesn't mean it's not there. When I tell you that we have technology already locked in for 2025, for 2026, if I'm still here, yeah, there's ingredients that from booklets of formulas and that I have floating around in certain areas that have technology already set up for years in advance, for contracts that I've already signed to, that just in case if I were to pass away or to die, they're not sitting there out there in the cold with nothing. I try to make sure I keep backups of everything. So we only show you stuff that we allow you to be able to see. Just like the whole, what's that thing called? The meters and stuff. I was asked several times about meters, multiple times, and I ignored it. I just didn't want to be bothered with it. It's unnecessary. I mean, come on. The person who's requesting this is a person who's requesting a meter test from a person who's an expert in that field. I do demonstration outside. As a matter of fact, I would do demonstration outside today on a 1,000 projector. I have to be outside for that. So I find that kind of interesting that people ask me that all the time. They say, oh, what about a meter? Give me a meter test, a meter. Come on, man, we're an expert in that field. That's what we do. You can't be surprised that we blew that out of the water with no problem whatsoever, because that's what we specialize in, that particular stuff. I'm sitting with no shirt on, relaxing today. It's a work day. I'm up early in the morning. I got to get ready to go to work. I'm just not getting up, so I'm tired. But yeah, like I said, it's no point in when people come and ask us for this, about our lawyers and about this. Yeah, we've got all this stuff. All this stuff has been done already, period. And I don't show you this because it's none of your business. At the end of the day, this is between me and my attorneys, and that's what it's about. If I come up against a company and the company wants to purchase, they want to buy me out, or I decide that I want to sell out and don't want to do this anymore, well, here's all my information right here. Knock yourself out, give me a price point, and I'm out. Ain't that right, kitty? Kitty. Lay on my rug. Don't scratch my rug. It's a brand new rug. I just got that for the theater room. I don't want you scratching up my rug. Right back at you, buddy. So yeah, when you come in my room asking me for stuff, I already have that stuff on file. I have documents and paperwork and files on just about everything that I do. There's a record of it somewhere of what I do. I've learned in the past to keep records and information on hand at all times, especially if I have to go into court. I have to have all that information on hand. It's very important. And let me see why. I don't want to download this. Just had it a few minutes ago. Wait, is this it right here? I'm showing you up too much. But I love when people come in and say, oh, what about this one? I had somebody, literally, it's the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. And I will explain this to you one last time. Do not go on PayPal looking like a complete idiot. And I tell you why. A person came in one time and said, oh, he doesn't have a patent, so his product doesn't work. That's the dumbest thing you can do. Again, patents have nothing to do with the performance of a product. Patents are there to protect the product. That's what they're for. Before you start splurting out dumb stuff, I would strongly suggest you basically go in and, I forgot this is on the lock file. Go in and research before you go out that line. Let me turn this aside because I got some very sensitive information on the side. I'm doing some business with some companies right now. Don't want that popping up. Here we go. That's something else. We're dealing with somebody else right now. You can't see any of that. This is very important information that I have. Companies I'm dealing with right now early in the morning. There we go. This is a server timeout, which means this is actually on a live server right now. You can copy it whenever you want. It doesn't make a difference at all. At the end of the day, it just shows my information right there. So don't come on my channel running your mouth about dumb stuff that you don't understand. At the end of the day, I'm just going to flash through because it's all you need to see. At the end of the day, yes, my products do have patents underneath of them. I choose not to show you these things because at the end of the day, it's none of your business. It's between the companies that I do business with on a day-to-day basis. That's what it's between. I show my copyrights because that's what I do display. It's my copyrighted work, which I have right here. Now, my customers never ask these questions. My customers who do business with me on a day-to-day basis never ask me these questions. They never go, hey, Ken, this something. They never ask these questions at all. People ask these questions are people that are either threatened by my work or basically they just basically want to try. Yeah, pretty much at the end of the day, it's nothing else. They're just threatened by my work. That's it. My customers never have ever, in the 12 years I've been in business, probably over 12 years now I've been in business, I have never had one of my customers ever ask me that question. They don't care. Only thing they care about is a good product that's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. They enjoy my video demonstrations. They enjoy the time that I put in. My customers never ask me these questions. These questions come from particular haters, and they come from the naysayers and people that are jealous. That's where it comes from. And at the end of the day, when y'all ask me questions like that, I look at y'all and start laughing. It ain't none of your business. When I'm ready to show you this, I'll show you this. I got asked this last month, constantly bombarding, asking, oh, well, your product so much stuff. No, I let you guys dig in. You haven't learned anything from me yet? You haven't learned anything from me yet? How I embarrass you so badly on camera all the time? You know why I embarrass you so badly? Because I ignore you. I let you dig a big enough hole. I love it when people dig a big enough hole where their heads disappear and they go, voila, here we go. And just completely embarrass the daylights out of you. Like the whole camera setting incident. Oh, I let you run your mouth, ignoring you. They letting you dig that hole. When you get to a certain point where I can't see your head anymore, let's show them the evidence, and I just start dropping dirt on top of you. Every single time. I have 3 videos out there for those particular people of me recording live as I was recording live, showing off my camera settings. And in the process of doing that, I did the demonstration and I sat there and said on camera, this is made specially for you particular individuals. So anytime that I had that item that pops up, I send you over that video. There you go. And you can watch a video that was made for you. Which means you get to look up and you get to watch the dirt come down on top of you because I allow you to dig a hole big enough to bury yourself in. Same thing like the camera settings. Not the camera settings, the projector settings, because they couldn't believe how in the world is he getting it? How is he doing this? How is he doing that? So to run your mouth, it's got to be the settings in this projector. It's got to be the settings projectors. All right, no problem. I got a Casio projector that I ordered off whatchamacallit. I put it down to pass the factory settings. Still was able to produce a high enough white level on a 8 at the time. An 8, this is an older technology. Let you dig that hole again. Dig it even deeper. Watch your head disappear and go, okay, show them the evidence. Pull it out, showed it to you. There I am. You looking up and just dropping dirt on top of you. Okay, bye. The meter nonsense. Oh, he has to have a meter in the room, so and so and so. Not a problem. Let you run your mouth. Watch your head disappear again. When I bought a meter, not only did I bought a meter out, but my meter in my environment was off the chart to the point where the meter couldn't even pick up. We do demonstrations outside on a 180-inch screen. Common sense would have told you that, okay, if he's doing a demonstration outside on a 180-inch screen and he's showing Star Wars at 6:57 in the evening, wouldn't that have rung a bell somewhere in your head thinking that, gee whiz, this is a person, and every time we see a demonstration, he's in a fully lit environment. His screen's at 126 inches in a bay of windows. Everywhere this man walks at in his house, these screens are being hit by ambient light. Not to add the 150-inch that I have sitting on a ceiling with a ceiling light right in the middle of it, displaying an image. The fact that I can walk from my house and show you a 148-inch screen, look up to you 150-inch, and 126-inch, and then walk outside and show you 135 to the other side, should tell you something. And now this is not for my customers, it's for the naysayers. This is for y'all. So common sense would tell you that this is a person who deals and is an expert in this field in ambient light rejection technology. Even in the old house, I had condensed lighting constantly hitting the screens. I constantly changed my screens out all the time. Demonstrations outside, demonstrations inside. Heck, there was a demonstration of me watching a football game outside at 12 o'clock. But yet you're going to challenge me to a meter reading. Are you kidding me? And of course, when my meter went off the chart, picking up at 1600, 1700, even in the basement at 1800 under work lights. Nothing compared to outside. Outside, when we're outside, we have to be 10 times 480 lux when we're outside, because the regular settings we have will not pick up because we're outside. Sun killer technology. Screens that have the ability to be able to pull images and out. Done that demonstration to death. Meters don't pick up and nothing, no settings will a meter pick up out there next to sunlight. It can't register because there's that much ambient light making contact with the screen. And yet they keep running out. Meter. That's why I come online, meter, pumpkin eater. I take it as a joke because it is a joke to me because I'm used to traveling at a much larger level. It's a joke. But you know what? I humor you. I go out and I buy the meter, I do the demonstration. And then when our meter readings are way off the charts, despite showing you my environment, which is very well lit compared to anybody else's, even next to certified screens, my environments are very well lit. Then I get the, it's gotta be, he's not reading the meter right. Oh, well, you know, we knew that was coming. We knew, even in my former sites knew that was coming. Oh, they're gonna find some excuse why your meter's so high. Maybe you don't know how to read a meter right. I picked a very simple meter to use. First time using a meter, I wanna make sure that I did my research on whatever I'm buying. Make sure I did the reviews on whoever was buying it, how easy it was to use when using meter. Meter is very easy to use. If they have it as a cell phone app, and cell phone app is the same thing, but you want to get something that's registered and certified. So that's why I want the meter, because the meter is a certified registered one. I'm not using a cell phone app. And cell phone apps are quirky. Anything could go wrong. You might not get the proper readings. You need something that has a certification underneath of it to show that it's a certified meter. And that's what I use in the demonstration. And then I'm accused of not being able to use a meter right. So let me get this straight. The tutorials, demonstrations, and customers who have used this for the first time, put it on their YouTube channel, all of those people were wrong and this particular individual was right. Again, it says what it says at the end of the day. So that's what next thing they had to go on. Oh, so he blew out the meter reading. It has to be basically now it has to be he's not reading the meter right. Just accept it for what it is. My technology is good. It is extremely good. My technology is supported by God, because when I start talking about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, then you get people that want to attack my religion and say, oh well, this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. Yeah, it's interesting you keep saying that, but my technology just keeps getting better and better and better. I have technology to test out today that is actually extremely advanced. It's actually the 2 codes that we dropped in there, which are quite impressive, and we've been able to back up everything we say. As I said, we can back it all up, no problem. We can bring any product we want against that screen, and that screen will be able to outperform it. Just like I said, I'm going to call it before it happens. 4 certified screens, the screen was able to perform better than 4 certified screens, and these are the best certified screens we have in the selection. So, getting back to this, yeah, we show you what you need to show. We need to show you. My customers never come in, never ask me about, they never come in and they never ask me about our patents and this. They don't care about that. They care about the product. When my customers come in, what they ask me is, they tell me is, I got this particular projector because they want to make sure that the product we have is going to be compatible with their projector. I always ask them what size screen are they painting, so I know how much screen paint to sell them. And we talk a little bit here and there, and that's basically about it, because I get to know my customers as family, and that's basically about it. Some of them are projector enthusiasts, some people are into the gaming and stuff like that. So I'm in the gaming, I like movies and stuff like that. So that's what I talk about with my customers and stuff like that, But they never come in and ask questions like that. The only time we have someone that may be asking questions like that is somebody who may have a company and they're just trying to get information. They're asking for more than what they need to ask for. Other than that, but usually someone who doesn't support my company is not going to be in there buying my company. Again, as I said before, you want to talk about meters. This is what I do. There is no doors or walls or ceilings when we do demonstrations. We're outside. That's a 150-inch black screen out there, and it can display a Starfield demonstration, which a gray screen can never, or white screen can never pick up. They don't have that capability. See, that's something we do that from time to time. And in our demonstrations, we do this from time to time. We'll display a Starfield demonstration because we know darn well that anyone's going to come out there with the screen and they're going to go, well, I can do the same thing. I can pull up colors and I can do the same thing. Yeah, you can pull up colors. We can pull up colors too. But you can't go to certain areas. You cannot display Batman. They can't watch Batman out there. They can't watch anything that has a heavy contrast ratio, heavy color, because your screen will wash out. It can't pick up. This technology can see contrast, something that a gray screen can't do. Yeah, so sit there and research it. That's why we display it, because we know that any gray screen and white screen can't see it at all, period. You can't pull that image out. That's what makes our technology better than yours. That people can watch movies outside and the screen will wash out and fade. Mind you, that is a 5,000 lumen projector up there, and we can put a white screen up there. Any screen we want, we can put up there, and your screen wouldn't pass it. Not even that demonstration. We can make that a test today, and I guarantee whatever we throw up there won't pass. So we already know, we know all the little tricks. We know we do a demonstration with nothing but color, like this. This is easy for us to do. That's easy. Black screen can produce color outside, that's easy. We do this. We know anyone who has a screen that's white or gray is gonna say, look, I can do the same thing too. And then the minute we pop over to contrast demonstrations, OLED fish, the horse, we bring that up, then those are demonstrations for somehow, in some way, people that are trying to mimic our work, they skip those demonstrations. Where do those demonstrations go? They always skip those particular demonstrations. They will stick to color. We can do color all day. I've actually showed you that on different products, that we can do color all day. So for some reason, they'll do these demonstrations, but when it comes to contrast levels, for some reason, never ever displayed outside. I've never seen one. I have never ever seen a Starfield demonstration displayed outside on any screen. I don't care if it's certified or non-certified. I've never seen one on a gray screen or white screen. Never. And then on screens that claim to pull heavy contrast levels that are black, y'all can't pull your white levels correctly. Your white levels come out extremely bad, which we saw that on the UB. The UB cannot pull a white level next to a Phoenix to save its soul. It can't. But yet a Phoenix can pull a contrast level that a UB can't see either. UBs are not black. UBs are basically a kind of a dark gray, and it can't see a white level at all. Yet our technology does both. This is on my front page. When people come in on my channel, on my website, this is what they see. When we're talking about, oh, we're experts in ambient light rejection technology, guess what? I can back it up. Because white screens and gray screens can't pull that image. Even that color, they can't even pull color properly, which I've backed that up too. But the mosquitoes were fierce out there that day. I need to bring my 180 and put it at the bottom too, in here. See that menu? That menu in YouTube is black. See how that black level comes up? You're supposed to be to see all that. Look at this. That's the menu in my YouTube, right there, in my PS4, on YouTube. Your menu is supposed to look like that. Not white, not faded out. Now you can barely see what you're typing in. I can see everything crystal clear. I'm at 21 feet away from my screen, 21 feet. And I can see that crystal clear at 21 feet outside. Don't let us put out an outdoor screen challenge. If you put an outdoor screen challenge, that's the end of it right there. I may do that. I may put an out screen challenge out to match any screen. I'm talking about anybody, any company. If you can match the star field outside. How many people you think will drop a link at the bottom of that? Not many. We figured that the technology under the that advanced dark technology, advanced ambient light rejection dark technology, we're going to do the ultra short throw test, and we're going outside after that. There is no point. That screen's going to pull up regardless on anything we throw at it. Even inside, we did the demonstration at lights on, lights on, lights on. Everything I do is lights on, lights on. Every once in a blue moon, we do a lights out demonstration, but usually it's mostly lights on. Look at this. And you don't talk about meters. You got to be kidding me. That's why I started laughing when I first said meter. I said, we know it's a good idea. It's not a bad idea for us to pick up a meter, because of the fact that I'm curious to know how much light we're pushing in the house. I was really curious about that. I was quite surprised. We literally were pushing that much light in the house. These are new ones. This is the new ones I'm putting under the new technology in here. Yeah, again, this is why I laugh when y'all tell me, oh, what about Pat? I laugh at y'all. What about, I laugh at y'all. What about, I laugh at y'all. What about meters? I laugh at y'all. Not saying, not my customers never asking, you naysayers out there, I laugh at y'all all day long. When you want to talk about meters for what? Look, really? Seriously, a meter? You know what a meter picks up out there? Nothing. Absolutely nothing out there. It doesn't even register. My meter goes up to 200,000 lux. I had to switch it over to 10 times 480. And even that has a problem picking up from time to time outside. That's me outside at, let's see, we're at probably a time we're at. Probably around like 6 o'clock. We're at 6 o'clock out there watching outer space. Gotta be outside today. They already got to be outside today for work. That was in 92. I literally forgot that the scaffold that I built for the screen outside is removable. I forgot the screen was absolutely removable because I built it that way so I can remove the screen if I wanted to take it in and change it out. So we're going to be changing out that screen and we're going to be putting in the new technology in with that. Now, the new technology that was developed or showed off yesterday is not designed to replace a Phoenix. It's not. It's something we're working on. That's all. Something I wanted to add. I've done so many Phoenixes. I'm done. There is nothing else that I could do under a Phoenix technology. That's it. Do we have backups of it? Yeah, we have backups of Phoenixes. But there's nothing I can do. That product line of Phoenix is completed, which means there's nothing more for me to want to design on it. That's it. So develop something new. Advanced ambient light rejection. It's called DART technology. That's the nickname for it. That's the stuff you're seeing now. I can design an entire product line for that by itself until I get bored of it and say, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to design another product line behind that one and design after that. Now, the problem I have to be careful about on my end, I have to be really, really careful about, I can't put out too much stuff because if I put out too much stuff, I don't want customers to feel that, oh, I just bought this. My God, you're making another one. Excuse my Lord for saying that, your name in vain. I made another one. You have to understand where I'm coming from. I don't do this on purposely. It's just something that my brain is programmed to do. Is that every time the Lord blesses me with an idea, in the back of my head, I think, oh, I got to design this. And if I design it, I got to show it off. And once I show it off, it's something that people want. And look at them. We were watching me out there, sit there and watching my sharks out here. And it's interesting why I'm having this conversation with you. People are thinking, oh, well, he's just arrogant. No, I'm not being arrogant. It's just, I was about to say, I thought that was my room shaking for a minute. I was like, earthquake. I keep forgetting I'm watching it on another camera. But this is something how my brain functions, where I'll develop as much as I can on that product line under Phoenix. And then after that, I'm thinking like, I want to design something else new. I got products I don't even show off. There are products I don't show off because I don't want customers feel that I'm putting out too much product and I don't want them to become overwhelmed. So there's stuff that you haven't even seen before. Like I tell the naysayers, you guys want to sit back and you want to hate on my work. Man, there is stuff you haven't even seen yet that I've never brought to your attention because there's certain things I can't bring out that much product line because it overwhelms the customer. The customer just bought this product and then boom, turn around. You got to turn around and buy this one. You got to turn and buy that one. I don't want them to get overwhelmed. But on the other hand, I would love to be to show off some of the stuff we're working on, which I can't do because it overwhelms the customer. So for the naysayers who every time we launch something, you want to get mad and hate what we work. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you don't even know about. You're way over, you don't even know where we stand at when it comes to developing technology. And this is the people who develop screen paints that want to discredit our work or whatever. You can't just credit something that you don't even know even exists, but it does exist. We only show you what you need to see. That's it. Well, that's it for me. I got to get downstairs. I got a lot of work to do. I got to get a little sleep in here somewhere along the way. And I have to get ready because the screen you see right there is painted with the new stuff. So take it outside. That's basically about it. And I don't even know why customers would want to go out and rebuy again, because you already have the latest technology. Everything we're showing you, Phoenix is the latest technology. It is very, very good, extremely good technology, what you're watching outside right now. Yeah, the stuff we're working on right now has a little bit more advancement to it. Yes, it does. But still, like I said, at the end of the day, you already have the best of the best. We don't have the best of the best, but you know what I'm talking about. The product you have is extremely good, especially for the price you're paying for it, and especially for what these companies want for a product that can do this in the beginning. They're going to want a ton of money. This is me outside on this one. Oh, it's me watching Tron outside. Is it blown up? I think I did blow it, didn't I? There it is. Blown up. This is, all right, what technology was this? This is our dark slate. This is dark slate technology outside. I might start doing a little more of our demonstrations outside because, doing demonstrations outside pretty much defeats the purpose of someone asking me, is the screen going to be able to pull an image up in a fully lit environment? And if you could do a demonstration outside, especially on Tron, because Tron's a very dark demonstration, if you could do that outside, it's no problem. It answers all the questions right from the door. Usually when I get somebody saying, well, what about inside? It's going to be to pick up an image inside. There you are. We have a demonstration outside. Did the old fish outside? Did we do the LG horse? Which one? Oh, we did Batman. Here he's watching Batman outside. And that's a dark slate. That's a dark slate. There we go. Watching Batman outside on the dark slate. That is the darkest gunmetal screen we ever developed. They're passable for black screens, but they're actually gray. So if I can enjoy some of my demonstrations from time to time. This is a demonstration that was a complete fail on somebody else's demonstration. That image is supposed to come up in black. And that's a dark gray pulling that off. See, I can easily show you demonstrations like this. Easily, I got tons of these. Everybody's worrying about being inside and worried about ambient light. I can go outside today and I can watch a movie. And do it on a projector that would cost my customers $270. That's it. That's what my projector cost me, was $270. This is right on our website. You can go right on our website, watch our demonstrations. That's why I laugh when people sit there and tell me about, oh, well, in order for a screen to be professional, you have to have a light meter. Are you kidding me? I'm an expert in the field of basically ambient light rejection technology. That's what I do. These are my pictures, all done, fully lit environments. Not inside, outside. In the dark, worrying about whether or not y'all can pull an image or not. We do this outside. We can do it inside, no problem. Gotta be outside. I guess I gotta be outside today. And if you want to look at the test demonstrations under 1000 lumens 13 feet, all you got to do is type in Phoenix 1000 lumens 13 feet. The test demonstrations will pop up for every last one of these screens, which means distance throw, long distance throw, 1000 lumen test outside at 13 feet at 1000 lumens, 190-degree viewing angle at a star field demonstration. We record all our test demonstrations, just as today you will see the recorded test demonstrations under the new gaming cinema technology. We back up all our tests. All our tests are done live. That's why I give you naysayers a big enough shovel. Here's a snow shovel. You go dig a hole over there. I'll watch you till your head disappears, and then I'll show you what we can do, and then you can look up and you can watch me shoveling dirt over top of you. You know why the camera's fluctuating like that? Because that screen is generating so much white light, the camera's having an issue trying to pick up. This is discussions we have in form sites. I take my technology and sometimes I go into professional form sites and I drop a video in there with no information on it. Just my name, Mr. Info. That's all I drop in there. And let them analyze and try to figure out why all this is going on. And it baffles the daylights out of them because they're not used to seeing technology like that. And I gotta explain, your camera's fluctuating because it's basically just light coming off the screen that's causing the camera to have focus issues, to be able to grasp how much light that screen's pulling off. This is outside. Never walk into a room. I never go in there and talk about what they don't know. I listen to what they have to say. They don't know who I am at all when I walk into one of those rooms. I'm just curious to see what their expert point of view would be on my technology. And ain't like we hear from Mr. You Know Who, Invisible Technology. This is all on the website. No dark images, no dark pictures, none of that. This is all on the website for anyone to see any one of the demonstrations under our technology. This was at 12 o'clock. Was it 12 o'clock? No, it was actually almost like 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 or 8 o'clock in the morning, I was outside with this screen. This is the invisible technology. This has Sun Killer embedded into it. These screens right here can pull images up at 9, at 10, at 12, at 3 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, at 6 o'clock. They can pull an image all the way around. That's that invisible technology we developed. Did we get a counter on that, on the time? I think we got a counter. I always get a counter on my time. So on this thing. The meter down there? Meter couldn't even pick up. We had a problem with the meter not being able to pick up the image. And there's an advanced version of the Invisible coming out. Another version. I just haven't had time to display it yet, but there's another version of the Invisible. It's a Phoenix. It's just a more advanced version of what you're seeing right now. Now this one was designed to be front and rear. The new one we're designing is to be front only, but it takes in 10 times more light. A lot more light. So what we want it to be is we want something where you can physically just set it up, boom, hit it with your projector, and you can watch a football game at 12 o'clock in the afternoon or 9 o'clock in the morning, however way you want to have it. But physically, under this technology we developed, you can have this outside. Mine, the surface would have to be transparent. The new stuff that's developing is completely different. The screen doesn't have to be transparent. So that means that 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you can be out there with a 100-inch piece of screen, and you can be out there and you can be watching your movies and shows right outside with no problem. Let me see a white screen or a gray screen pull that one off. That's not going to happen. I gotta get out of here. I got work to do. Got so much work to do today. There's the white levels on that technology. And this became a great idea because, like I said, you got people because of COVID, and a lot of the restaurants, establishments, they can't be inside. A lot of them don't want to be inside. People want to be outside. And an outside TV for outside is around 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. They can cost you a lot of money for an outside TV. But this technology, on the other hand, is much, much cheaper than an outside TV. Which means, imagine, if you will, you can have this out here on my deck right here. You can have your guests out here sitting out here eating and relaxing. You can have a screen of 100 inches, 120 inches right here. You can have your projector set up over there, and you also watch the ultra short throw. You want the ultra short throw, and your guests can sit outside and eat and look at TV, watch the game wherever they want to watch with no problem whatsoever. Instead of you spending $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for a projection screen and for a TV that you're going to put out there that's going to cost you a ton of money. Or bottom line is using a gray or white screen paint that is not going to have the ability to pull contrast level or color to save its soul. They don't work out there. We tested them. They wash out. If they're washing out inside the house, what do you think you're going to do? This is 9 o'clock right now outside. They're going to wash out at 9 o'clock. That meter doesn't even pick up out there. And when Mr. Sun pops his head out and hits that screen smiles right back at it because that has sun killer technology. I have not seen that demonstration done on any screen yet. And that's why that screen took a big interest. But it was mainly designed for advertisement, but it took another turn. Because of COVID, it took a different turn. That means now people can save money because they can have to set up and have to have an expensive projector to do it. Not that. Yeah, for some people coming to my channel, like I said, you need to do your research. Do you have any idea how much it costs for a projector to be able to produce an image at 9 o'clock outside? How high your lumen count would have to be? It is absolutely up there. You're a little bit above 20, you're probably somewhere in the range. You're probably about 20,000 lumens and up. If you have any idea how much money a 20,000 lumen projector costs? It ain't cheap. It's not cheap. It's very expensive. So that's what you're looking at outside at 9 o'clock. Probably you might need a little more than that. If you're going against a white or gray screen, you're probably going to need a lot more than that. Because I've talked to store vendors and they're talking about somewhere between 40, 50,000 lumens. That is a very expensive projector. That's no longer considered to be your household theater projector. Those are venues. When you start reaching the point of over 5,000 lumens and up, you're talking about venue projectors. Now your price range has jumped crazy to the roof. And I've shown you in tutorials how expensive these projectors can be. You can spend 80, 90, 100,000, $500,000 for a projector easily when they're venues. It was only projectors that had that capability. You're not going to find an inside home theater projector that is going to give you over past 5,000 lumens. Some of them are at 5,000 lumens, but you got some of them that you're not going to get past even that at 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000. Oh, no. You're talking about venue now. You're talking about a very expensive piece of machinery. You're talking about a machine that you will pay almost $50,000, $60,000, even $70,000 for, and you won't even get a lens with that. Lenses don't come with those projectors. And people get that so confused about venue projectors and everyday. Your everyday projectors comes with a lens, comes with a very, very affordable filter, comes with affordable lamps. If you think your lamps were expensive on a theater projector, get a venue projector and find out how much your lamps will cost you. Lamps can cost you about a couple $1,000s for a lamp, depending on how new your projector is. Heck, my Christie's in the next room are only, they're discontinued, and the parts on that still cost more than what the projector's worth. My filters on my 505 are $300. $300 for a filter for one of my projectors. The lamps are pretty reasonable, but I seen barcodes. Someone's selling a barcode for $250 off topic. Someone was selling a barcode for $250. I'm thinking, gee, that's a good price, $250 for a barcode. You know how expensive those projectors are. But I noticed it didn't have a lens. So usually when most people sell you a projector that comes in a Roadhouse case, but they sell you a Venue projector, if it comes in a Roadhouse case, your shipping's automatically going to be cost you about $400 or $500. I can tell you right there from the door. You're going to spend a couple of $100 for shipping. If it says Roadhouse case at the bottom, yeah, you're going to spend some money. You're going to spend some money either way. It's a big projector. It's going to come in a big box. But either way, if it comes in a Roadhouse case, which means you're going to stick it in a giant case and ship it to you inside of another case because they want the Roadhouse case to get damaged because they're worth money too, you're going to pay a lot of money. That's a big box coming at you to your house. So that's going to cost you money. It's going to say freight, or it's going to say you can pick it up, one or the other. But anyway, barcodes, on the other hand, are so expensive. I saw one for $250. I was just about to hit the trigger on it and buy it. And someone said, let me go check and see how much the lamps are going to cost me on this thing, and if it has a lens in it. Now, sometimes they try to blur the area where the lens is at, but if you know what you're buying, you will notice that there's going to be 4 screws that are going to pop up in that lens area. If you can see those 4 screws perfectly, that means that the lens is missing. The lens is not in there. And if the lens is missing, that means that the person who had it removed the lens altogether. So they sold the lens separately because the lens is actually worth more than the actual projector. You can spend $8,000, you can spend $10,000, you can spend $20,000, depending on what kind of lens they had in there. My projector, my LWU 505 Chrissy, which is the Venue projector, doesn't come in a short throw. Doesn't come in an ultra short throw. You know why? Because my projector has interchangeable lenses, which means if I want to switch my projector tomorrow, and if I had the money at $20,000, I could go and change out my lens to an ultra short throw lens and swap it out, and automatically, voila, my projector becomes an ultra short throw because of the lens. That's the beautiful thing about Venue projectors. Very rare you're going to see a Venue projector that's short throw. Usually the lens pops out and you put a short throw lens in there. That's how they work. Or extended. Well, I'm going into a topic that's going off. Yeah, I'm not going to go into this. We'll be all day here. Anyway, so that's to tell people. You see a Venue projector for cheap, and it's what people don't tell you because they don't even know what Venue projectors are or understand how they work. You want to look up how much your parts are going to cost you, because you could buy a Venue projector for $250 and think you got a good deal. Your lamp goes out on you. You go buy a new lamp and find out your lamp is going to cost you $1,500 because it's a special lamp that goes into that particular unit. And a lamp that's going to be $5,000, $7,000, or $20,000 is going to cost you a ton of money. It definitely is. If you don't have a lens in there, a lens is going to cost you even more money. So, and it depends on how the lens is put in. It can be an interchangeable lens, which means easy release, which you can go in and click a button and lock it out. Or it can be one where you actually have to pop open the hood and go in over the motherboard. And depending on how much you have to go through, if it's being installed with ribbons, oh my goodness, there's your nightmare right there. If it's installed in by using ribbons, you're in a whole nother world right there by yourself. You're not doing that yourself unless you're an expert in that field. You're going to have to hire somebody to come in and open up that box and install those ribbons, because man, whew, it's going to be. I have one in the room right now. It's behind my screen, but I actually have a Chrissy short throw lens that has ribbons. There's no way in the world I'm installing that into another Chrissy. You could do it if you have that capability, but I'm not going to wreck a Chrissy just to get a lens put in there. And that lens I have sitting up there in my closet right now, it's about a $20,000 lens, because it's a short throw lens, and short lens costs a little bit more money. But yep, a whole lot of stuff they'll tell you. It's a whole lot of things you need to know. A Venue projector is a completely different projector than your everyday home theater projector. You don't treat them the same. Completely different machinery. Parts will cost you more money. What are you doing here, all this right here? Now you see that black piece of tarp in the background? That's a black piece of tarp that's covering one of my screens over. I had somebody once tell me, they was like, well, I can just take a black piece of tarp, I can hang it up. As long as my projector is at 5,000 lumens, I should be able to pick up the image. You're not picking up nothing at all, because the black tarp can't read white light. and you need white light to be able to pick up those colors. A lot of people don't realize when they watch a demonstration, there's a black tarp behind the back of the screen the entire time. We put that out there. Of course, it's to cover my screen up to keep it from getting damaged, but also too, it also serves the purpose why it's out there, because we do run across companies that say, hey, look, I can just go buy me a black tarp and do the exact same thing that your screen's doing. I just need a more powerful projector. Knock yourself out. I think when my projector was popular, my projector was worth 12 grand when it was popular. When it was in market and it was being sold on the market as a brand new model, it was $12,000. And that's without the lens. No lens at all. So if it was $12,000 for the projector, the lens probably right about 6, 7, or 8. Probably a standard lens was probably about $5,000 or $6,000. Because your everyday home projector is not going to pick up out there. Not at 9 o'clock. We run our tests on our screens on the peak point. And the peak point for our technology is daylight saving times. I think I forget those mixed up. One is when the sun rises earlier, one less. I forget what it is. But anyway, between 6 and 8, between 7 and up. That's where they run between 7 and up and 6 and up. That's when they'll peak. The projectors are active, screens will activate. But keep in mind, that's 1,000 lumens. That's easy for our technology. But you're talking about, if you're doing this is at 9 o'clock in the morning, there's nowhere in the world you're going to be able to pull up an image on an everyday projector at 9 o'clock in the morning. It ain't going to pop up. Your projector doesn't have the power to push. And even if you were to go at 5,000 lumens, which we're using behind in the demonstration right here, you still couldn't even be able to push it if you had a black piece of tarp up there. All right, well, that's basically about it. I talked enough for today. I don't even tell you the truth. I got a demonstration to do earlier at 12 o'clock. What's 12 o'clock? Yeah, 12 o'clock. We got some ultra short demonstrations we have to do, and which I'm already set up downstairs. And then we're going to take the screen outside, which I have to remove one screen, bring one screen inside, put that down in the basement, and put the other screen outside to get it ready for that demonstration, which will be out there for that one. We're going to be on 1,000 lumens because it has to do the 1,000 lumen test. I had so much confidence in this new technology we have right now. I'm just going to skip. We're going to do the ultra short though, has to be done. You have to see an ultra short though demonstration of it, because if someone asks me, hey, look, is the screen ultra short though compatible? I have to show a demonstration on that screen showing it's ultra short though compatible. So it's going to go ultra short throw. We're going to use NEC, that $60 ultra short throw projector I got, and we're going to put that against 4 certified screens, do that demonstration, and then we're going to take it outside and we're going to do 1,000 lumens and 5,000 lumen projector demonstration. And if that's it, we're done. I can get ready to market it off. It will not have a Phoenix logo attached to it. Like I said, it's something completely different. Will I have a product line next to it? No. This will be the only one of its kind. I don't have an interest of making a black version of it. I don't have an interest of making any version. It's just is what it is, and that's what it is. That's it. We're not making anything else. The Phoenix product line is all we need. It was just something made out of the spirit of the moment. That's all it was. But it came up with good results. So there's not going to be a product line behind it. I do not want to overwhelm my customers with too much stuff. So like I said, it's a little frustrating for me because on my end, not bragging or anything, but I have technology downstairs. I would love to be able to show you things we're working on, things we're developing. But it becomes overwhelming. It becomes overwhelming for you guys. It becomes overwhelming for my contracts. If people have contracts, mind you, they buy like 80 gallons of products from us and they turn around and go, well, what the freak? What is this stuff now? Like, what is this for? Like, what? The million questions start popping up. That's why my cell phone was dinging like that yesterday, because these are people that have distributorship. They want to know what that stuff was that we had there. It's completely different from anything they have. Also, too, it does come in handy. Because as I said before, I do love my contracts, but like I said, the world of contracts is a bit complicated, and it gets very complicated because, things happen, where you don't get, it gets complicated. Let's put it that way. I can't explain too much, but it gets complicated. It's always good to have a backup. My mother used to always say, never put all your eggs in one basket. That's something I learned a long time ago that happened to me under my first company. Never, ever put all your eggs in one basket. So I give warning to these distributors that we sign contracts with, never ever get comfortable with something that we have, because we can obsolete it so fast. It's not even funny. Just I explained the theory behind the mouse. Very simple, very fast. We can, that new dark advanced ambient light, if I wanted to actually to increase that technology, I can actually obsolete every last one of the Phoenixes tomorrow if I choose to do it. It's no purpose. And I'm not painting my screens over again. You have any idea what, now mind, this only happens if it comes down to this, where it comes down where we have a contract battle, it becomes a problem, we can actually obsolete all of Crystal Edge technology, wipe it clean, wipe the website, everything, and build everything right back up with all new technology, far more advanced than that. So that's why I tell them that, hey, let's all play nice. We can all get paid at the end of the day, and let's not do anything stupid. I, on the other hand, have no plans on basically, for right now, everything's working well. I have no plans on it. Those who have our technology, don't worry, we're not coming up with anything new to replace the Phoenix. The only Phoenix screens I have in my house right now. The last time I did this, and I told you, it's a headache. It is a headache even for me to do it. It's a headache because it means I have to go in and I have to design an entire product line. Like we did with the Nova 17. Phoenix, I got no sleep at all. I got no sleep when I was doing that new technology. I had to develop all new technology. We had to have a gamer version of it, a black version of it, a dark slate version of it, an invisible version of it. There's multiple versions of it. And each one of those versions had to be tested. And they had to be tested in long though, and short though, and ultra short though, and outside. And again, certified screens and white levels and black versus black. All those demonstrations you see me do, I have to do all those demonstrations live on every single screen paint I developed. Then there's the labels that have to be developed for it. It's all this stuff we have to do, and have to update the website with new stuff. I have to go to my website form and I have to update all that information. It's so much work. And then I have to paint all the screens in my house all over again, because those are the screens I use in demonstrations. It's a lot of work, So I'm happy with Phoenix technology. Right now I got a gold Phantom over there. We can't even display yet. I can show this screen off once in a blue moon and that's it, because it's a gold Phantom. But it was not a good idea to paint this to 130. Actually, it's a good idea to paint it, but these Phantoms are not even going to launch until next year. So, you know, I only showed it off a few times and that's basically about it. All right. Well, way off topic on that one. Way off topic. All right, I'm out of here. I got to get going. I got to get back to work. I got much to do. If you want to check out the video, this is actually on the site. Yep, it says it right there. That is the future right there. And a lot of people didn't see that when they walked into our page. That right there, they're announcing the future of what's to come next. And I can't tell you whether it's a screen paint. I can't tell you if it's the physical screen, and I can't tell you that it's an enhancement, because it could be an enhancement for a higher gain. There's no gain next to it because we chose not to put it there. And it could be a screen paint, and it could be a physical screen. Even though it says screens, hey, paint doesn't have to say paint. And they got to tell you everything. Just leave little mysteries in there, but that's what it's there for. All right, well, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'm going to be up in another, I got to take care of some customers and get them out the door and get them done. I haven't forgot about you. It's been a real busy couple of days. And I'll have some more demonstrations on the new stuff today.
Okay, how we doing up there? First,
Neighbors got a kick out of that. You notice that all their furniture now, this is on my Christian channel, all their furniture now is way over here. It was right over there. This is where they had it at, right there. And the minute I put the screen up, they moved it way over there. I guess they thought because I was going to have movie night every night, but I don't use this screen. How many demonstrations? I only use this screen for demonstrations. That's all it's designed for. It's a demo screen. But the minute I put it up, because you remember the 180 inch from last year, and then the 180 inch I did use quite a lot, but I really don't go out in the backyard all that much. So, you know, they just moved all their patio furniture way over here so they could see the screen from there, but I don't use it. I get asked when they see me once in a while, like, am I going to be showing a movie? And I'm like, nah. The only way I would consider, basically, maybe I would put in an outer box unit with the remote control unit where I can control everything from here, but that's too big of a project for me to be working on right now. I got other things that have to be done right now. It's nice when you can come outside and watch the fish.
St. Jude is fighting for one goal, just one mission. Like,
Maybe in September I'll be showing some more. I wanted to do a football highlight demonstration on that so bad, but the mosquitoes in the backyard were killing me. Oh man, they were killing me. But we'll see. All right, with that being said, I got to get downstairs, so I have to get set up. We are doing, oh man. It's my cat. Electrician Bob hasn't basically just. Oh man, I'm telling you, this cat's gonna kill me one day. Literally, that's sitting on the staircase. That's his fish. Oh, he finally got it all the way up the stairs this time. Okay. He was carrying this thing up the stairs in his mouth the other day. I guess he was trying to figure out exactly how to get it up the stairs. And I guess he got it all the way up this time. Usually I can tell where Electrician Bob has been at, depending on where his toys are at. If his toys are in my area. Yeah, I hear you. Here we go. This is where we already set up already. So we're going to be doing the ultra short throw demonstration. That's where the ultra short throw is down there. And over here we got the 1000 lumen projector right there. That's going to be for outside later on today. And we can only take sample sheets. Well, I got to get my ultra short throw certified screens. We can only do look at you show off. Nobody wants to see that. He has mental problems. Anyway. So this is a new technology right here we're working on. So we're going to have an ultra short throw demonstration. I get the ultra short throw sample sheet, as I said before. We got to be outside with the 1000 lumens. We're going to be outside with the 5000 because I get companies asking me for 5000 lumen shows outside because that's what they're going to be using outside. You want to make sure the screen's like on a hot spot or have any problems out there whatsoever. Do you mind getting away from that, please? Hey. Yeah. Whatever. All right. He doesn't mess up anything. He just... With that being said, people, I got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless.